optional and your ethics paper, I think only that you replicate in your essays as well. So once you start, once you have a good grip over your GS and optional, that's when you start your essay writing. So for essay writing, I would say go through your previous year questions. So there will be around 10 to 12 topics from which questions are being asked. So, for instance, agriculture or polity or economics or social issues, women empowerment. So these kind of questions, topics are being focused upon: science and technology, international relations. So have a list of all these topics from where the questions, from where the essay topics are being asked. So for every topic, say for instance साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी टॉपिक पे अगर ऐसे पूछा गया, तो उसके लिए यू come up with all the basic quotes that you can mention in the essay, and some good anecdotes that you come across in your newspaper or whatever books that you read. उसमें अगर एनेक्डोट्स है तो एनेक्डोट्स को उठाइए. अगर कुछ अपना पर्सनल एग्जांपल्स व्हिच यू कैन राइट फॉर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसे, you write down them in that particular, under that particular topic. So for every topic like this, say women empowerment के लिए write down similarly, and start linking your essay में आपको most important है, you should have that flow and continuity. So the initial topic, initial paragraph that you write, so it should have the continuity in the next paragraph as well. So introduction लिख रहे हैं, so introduction से continue होके the next paragraph should start, then the next paragraph, like that. And whatever introduction you write, similar, I mean, the conclusion that you write for an essay should be related to the introduction that you write. So that flow, continuity and coherence is very important. ये आपको practice से ही आएगा. And apart from this, essay में you can generally follow this approach, pestle approach: political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal. So this kind of approach is generally followed in the essay. लेकिन आपको, you should not show the examiner that you are writing in this particular way. Pestle approach: politically this happens, socially this happens, economically this happens. This is a very traditional way of writing an essay. So you should not show the examiner that you would be writing in this particular way. But even if you follow the pestle approach, it should be clandestine. So I think you should take care to ensure that your approach is not evident to the examiner. So आपको अगर philosophical essay आ गया exam में, then you can use lot of examples from your life, from any personality's life, some anecdotes, quotes, and then also this pestle approach, so that you can fill the content in your essay.
Okay, Mitali, you still have question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was saying that if possible, can you please share the answers which you have written, like you were talking about, which I guess.
These are all at Hyderabad. If I get time, I'll share them. But I have my answer copies, optional answer copies, which I can share. There are 2 copies. Um, I don't know where I had all the answers. I mean, the booklets that I have written. I'll once
Okay,
check,
sir.
and if I find them, I'll share them with sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. And if you could share few of your essay practices like you have written, because you know, as Mustafa has asked, it's very important to relate the GS topic in essay. Like if you want to
Yes,
have
sir.
that continuity in your answer, if you keep yourself, your paragraphs as per the topics in the syllabus. Like in GS paper 3, paper 2, and paper 1, I'll always suggest them in GS paper 1 history, and then geography, then society. Then in
Yes,
GS paper 2 we have polity, then international relations, then social justice, welfare, In paper 3, we
Yes.
have economy, disaster management, science and technology, internal security, etc. So you need to have a practice. You need to always try to link the topic given in the essay to your GS syllabus, and you can draw whatever the knowledge you have from the GS. You try to link it, and you need to have a skill of linking the topic with the GS paper, as we
Yes.
rightly said. And I always suggest that many of my students ask to ask they want to write the answer in the beginning of their preparation. It is not quite possible to write the essay in the beginning, like unless and until
Yes, sir.
you are thorough with your the GS syllabus and your optional paper, and you
Yes.
are linked with the current affairs. Like you have to give some of the current affairs also, the current issues in your answer. So maybe like after 7-8 months of preparation, you will be in a better position to write the essay. And in the beginning,
Yes, sir.
you can start your GS answer. That's what I suggested. To keep that continuity and flow in your answer, it's better to recall the points of the syllabus in paper
Yes.
one, paper two, and paper three, and write accordingly. Because the
Yes.
syllabus is framed in such a beautiful way that they're interconnected with each other.
Yes, sir. And one more thing, syllabus is the Bible, and
Right.
every aspirant should be well versed with the syllabus. And no question is out of the syllabus, is what I feel. Whatever you are
Hmm.
studying is from the syllabus, whatever is being asked from the syllabus. So first, go through the syllabus properly. That's when you get a clear idea of what would be asked in the exam.
Right. In this year's mains exams, questions for the essay, the topics of the essays were completely, the students feel that they were philosophical. But
Yes.
when I explained them that the question, although the topics may seem very philosophical, but you can connect and you can relate it with the whatever the syllabus is given in paper one, paper two, and paper three. You just need to वो एग्जाम हॉल
Yes.
में क्लिक होना चाहिए कि कैसे मुझे उस टॉपिक को हमारे जो सोशल इकोनॉमिक पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज है इसको कनेक्ट करना है, या हमारे सिलेबस के जो पॉइंट्स हैं उसको कैसे कनेक्ट करना है. ये एक बार आपको क्लिक हो गया, एंड इफ यू हैव अ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ अराउंड 10 to 12 essay writing in exam hall, that flow will automatically come. You don't need to think also. So
True,
वो
sir.
आपको
Exactly.
प्रैक्टिस करनी है.
Yes, sir. Philosophical essays, I think it's more about how you relate your GS and optional knowledge, and also the kind of examples that you can quote. More and more of examples. So that's when you can write a better philosophical essay.
Right. Nikhil, last question, then we will stop.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask, sir, how is content of optional answer different from GS answer, sir?
Mhm. Yeah, I'll give the example of sociology itself. Um, in GS also you have this social issues topic, social issues part in GS paper one. So, for instance, if a topic on regionalism, a question on regionalism is being asked. So, in GS1, if the same question is asked, then I think you should not mention the thinkers. You should write less of the sociological terms. So, your answer should not sound more of an optional kind of answer. So for this, I think it is better to write more factual answers, more crisp points, more general points. Say, for instance, how regionalism is helpful, the sons of soil theory is helpful, or these kind of basic points that you need to mention in your GS. More factual, more little analytical, but less of your theory aspects and less of your thinkers. There's no need to quote any thinkers in your GS answer. But if the same question is being asked in your optional, say sociology, regionalism पे अगर question है तो, then I think you need to mention the kind of the thinkers that are involved, their theories, the points that are for and against a particular theory, and what is your particular stand on whether regionalism would be helpful, how it has been helpful through by giving various examples. So I think this is the approach, the change. There's a need for a slight change of approach when you come to GS and optional answers. So you need to be more theoretical in your approach in optional questions, and less theoretical and more factual in your more practical in GS answers.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kartik, for giving your time. I think we have covered almost all the parts of the preparation, and I
Yes.
think this interaction would be helpful for the students to get motivated and believing that their preparation is on the right way. मुस्तफा आपको कुछ कहना है?
No, sir.
Okay, चलिए.
Thank you,
चलिए, so
sir.
thank you so
It
much.
has been
Yes,
wonderful talking to all the
yes.
aspirants, and I hope I have tried to address their questions. And if there's anything else, then we can have another session in future.
Sure. Before just 1 day or maybe like 2 days before the prelims exam, we can just have
Yeah,
one half an hour session to just to have some do's and don'ts in exam, or especially related to prelims exam, because now we have discussed
definitely.
in a broader way. But before
Yes,
prelims exam, like maybe 4 to 5 days before exam, we can discuss prelims oriented the tricks, or you can say the prelims oriented strategies in exam.
sure, sir. Definitely.
Okay. Chaliye. Thank you so much to all of you again. Have a good day to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.